Hello and welcome to the Slap and Clap podcast. I am your host, Michael Katazinski. I'm joined here by my good friend Eggroll. Eggroll, why don't you introduce yourself? What's your name and where you're from and how I know you?
Yeah, cool. All right. So my name's Brian in real life, but my friends call me Eggroll or Chino. Um, I met Michael through the Destiny PC LFG Discord while we're trying to look for a raid to run,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and honestly, it's been like a really good. I'm really glad I did because I wouldn't have met as many cool people as I do now if it wasn't for this guy.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool. That definitely puts a smile on my face that you say that, man. Because
Yeah.
it definitely have a blast having you play with us and everything. It's just overall a great experience, and I wouldn't trade it for the world, man. It's just
Oh yeah.
super cool. Um, let's see. I talked to you before we started that this podcast is about video game culture and how it's looked at in a negative kind of aspect. How oh, you're a hermit if you just play video games and you don't really talk to anyone. You're just on your computer all day. But I'm trying to bring a light through these podcasts that that's not the case, and especially in my experience. I got a couple questions I just want to ask you, man. Let's see. The first one here. Let's see. How did uh, how did you get introduced into video games? Like, what was the first video game that you remember playing?
Oh man. Super Mario Brothers on the Super NES, man.
Oh yeah,
That was my that was my first ever video game I ever played,
such a
dude, and that's
classic,
what
dude.
got me hooked on
Yeah,
video games.
the
And
NES is yeah, NES is a real
ever since
classic.
then,
Mhm.
I've been playing games. I still have my Nintendo in my closet actually. I just gotta find it. And
Oh yeah, kind of like your
yeah,
Xbox. You found your Xbox in your closet too recently, didn't you?
yeah, my Xbox and I still have my PS1, my PS2 just sitting in my closet doing nothing.
Uh
And I
huh.
don't know, I still have my games for them as well. So I don't know, I might pull them out one day. I just need to
Okay.
find an old TV that I haven't worked on.
What games do you have for your systems?
Oh man, I have a ton actually. I just gotta find the discs, but I had
Oh
like
really?
racing games, some fighting games. Yeah, I had
Oh
about
cool.
everything.
So
I had
you
like
got a
the old
whole bunch
Silent Hill
of
games.
you got a whole collection like kind of
Yeah, yeah.
going on there.
I was like hooked on that, dude. Me and my dad would play like games all day.
Uh huh.
But
That's
yeah,
cool.
that's how I got into gaming, honestly,
Cool.
and I'm here now.
So the NES. So you said you played games with your dad. Did that really influence you playing video games too? And
Oh yeah, my dad was a huge gamer back in the day.
uh
Now
huh.
he's kind of older and he has like a job and has a family now. He can't really play games like that, but
Yeah.
he still shows like genuine interest in what I'm playing and or what I'm
Mhm.
doing in the video game. Now I just tell him, hey, I'm doing this. This game's called Destiny. I'm doing a thing called raiding my friends. Is where we
Yeah.
is like
Yeah.
a little how you say it, little mission in the game where
Mhm.
6 of you drop in and you had to complete it in well communication and things like that.
Yeah.
And he was like really like surprised to hear all that because back then gaming
Yeah.
you didn't have internet like that,
Uh
you
huh.
didn't have online and you
It's
didn't have
definitely
like
a lot different than back then.
all that
Yeah.
stuff.
And
Yeah,
it's funny you bring that up because I've tried to explain to my relatives before about what I do in Destiny, and yeah, it's just a series of missions we just help people in the game with, and it's just a cooperative experience really, and uh, there's a lot of mechanics too. You have to teach people certain things to do in the game, like oh this is a buff, this buff does this certain thing, and that
yeah.
gives you this role,
You,
and so.
yeah, you tell them you don't do that certain thing or you'll mess
Mhm.
up, and
Yeah.
it's all about just learning and teaching them.
Yeah.
It's trial and error, right?
Exactly.
You gotta start from somewhere.
Exactly. So yeah, definitely. Like we touched on earlier, my family had an influence on me playing video games growing up. One of the games that really brought my family together was a Rock Band. When Rock Band came out, that was really huge
Oh
because
man,
everybody had their own role. You had the singer, you had the drummer, you had the guitar
you're the guitar
player, and
player.
yeah, and
Yeah,
everyone was
dude.
playing these classics. Like it was really cool. So that really brought my family together. We just like goofing around playing whatever
Yeah,
songs, and yeah, that was really fun. So,
yeah.
um,
My entire family really like playing Just Dance on the Wii when that became a thing.
the Wii.
Dude, my family,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
the Wii, dude. When Just Dance came out, oh my god, everyone in my family was like on that.
I
And
saw
now
commercials for Just Dance, but I never got a chance to play it. What was it? What was it
it
like?
it was like so there'll be a song playing and on your TV there'll be like a person, like a silhouette of a person there, and
Mhm.
you have to like how do you say it? You have to copy his movements and in order
Okay.
to like you get points, you know what I mean, for a high score. So if you pulled up perfectly, like you get a really high score, or
Gotcha.
depending on how you do, you know.
So
But it's
it's
like
kind of like Dance Revolution, sorta, but
yeah,
like Wii
this without
version.
the
Okay.
this without the four pads.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so touching on more like positive experience, another question I got for you here is what's a positive experience you've had with video games? And obviously, you know, playing with your family and stuff is one of them. Is there anything else that comes to mind, especially like multiplayer games? Or
Yeah. You definitely like some of like the best people you ever meet in your life. Like you probably
mm-hmm.
wouldn't ever meet these people in person, but you have like a bigger opportunity to meet like cooler people on the internet than you do in real life.
That's
Because
true.
you know you're on the internet, you're playing games, and you're just relaxing, right? You're playing like oh you're playing Call of Duty Zombies or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You match up with a random guy in a lobby, and you guys start kicking off, saying you start laughing. There's stuff about stuff in the game, and you
Yeah,
guys
having a
are
good time and stuff,
like
and
you guys are like friends now. You know what I mean? And then
yeah.
later on, you might be like 5, 10 years down the line, you guys are like mega best friends. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about that. You know, you meet really cool people online, and like that's what people don't realize that video games are a waste of time. Is that they don't realize like the magnitude of how cool it is to meet new people or
Mm-hmm.
learn new games, like see
I
new
love meeting
games or
new
like
people, dude.
yeah, like meeting new people is always fun, you know? I mean, like
And video
it's
games
someone
give you a
totally
way to
different.
do that. Video games give you a way to do that,
Yeah.
to way to meet new people,
Yeah.
and like through a cool way of doing it too, because you're in this really laid back environment. You know, you're just hanging out, and you're meeting other people who are in this laid back environment, hanging out, and you guys can vibe together, and it's a really
Yeah.
cool experience. Um,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. So kind of want to steer away from what is it? More of the negative side now of video games. So, what is a negative experience you've had when it comes to video gaming?
You definitely meet some toxic people, people who take the games way too seriously and, treat it like it's their job or something or their life.
Mm-hmm.
And they can really ruin your experience when they like insult you or like how do you say it, say things negative about what you do in the game that might
Mm-hmm.
come off as kind of personal, and that's
Yeah.
tough, man. Like having someone like touch onto you online and
Yeah.
like you don't
Yeah.
know them but they're getting to you, like it's like the worst feeling
Mm-hmm.
because you're just trying to relax, man, like,
Yeah.
and some guy on the internet just like making fun of you and it's hurting your
Mm-hmm. Just
feelings
trying
and
to
you
make
get off
fun
the
of
game,
you,
you're stressed
and
out,
yeah,
you're mad. Yeah.
just giving you a bad time. It's not a fun time, and
Yeah.
that can really steer people off from video games, because you know they come back when they try and you know, play that game again that they had a negative experience on. They're reminded of that negative experience when they come back to it. So that can
Yeah.
really steer some people off from playing, you know, potentially some really good games that they could find, you know, some better people to play with instead of
Right.
those ignorant people that ruin their fun. You know,
Yeah.
it's honestly a mixed bag online. You know,
Yeah, it,
look,
it, it goes hand in hand. There's
yeah,
pros and cons, but I do believe the pros outweigh the cons.
that's very true. Yeah, let's see here. So, where do you see the future of video gaming?
VR.
I know you
That's
have a VR headset, and
that's
I'm
where I see the
considering
future of
getting
gaming,
one.
man.
You know, by the
Dude,
time this
like,
podcast comes out, maybe I already have bought one. But you
yeah,
know,
yeah, dude, VR
seeing you
definitely
play,
changes your whole world.
yeah, seeing you play those games is super cool. Because I know
Yeah,
you're using your hands and you're standing up and moving around and
you're standing up and you're using your head to actually turn. So if
yeah,
you're actually there,
yeah,
and you're moving out your arm to grab things, or you're
mhm,
reloading a gun. You're actually doing it, dude. That's
yeah,
a really good feeling you don't get in just a normal controller or mouse and keyboard game.
mhm. It's a lot more interactive. You're a lot more immersed into it, and
Right.
what is it? In the last podcast, I talked to Matt about how his aspect of the future of video gaming it's more about virtual reality. Like literally the first thing he said when I talked to him about the future of video gaming was he immediately went to virtual reality, and
Right.
we talked about the technological side and the social side of video gaming. So the technological and social side,
Yeah.
and
Right.
they both go hand in hand when it comes to virtual reality. Both of those become enhanced uh, with the help of virtual reality. Does that make sense? Because
Yeah, that makes sense.
the more advanced virtual reality is like video games in general, the more of that is paralleled with the social aspect with virtual reality. You're more immersed socially and technologically. So.
Right. And it's always more fun to for me it's more fun to interact with media than watching it like a movie. I
Mm-hmm.
always found it more fun to actually do it, actually react to something and it
Yeah,
does something else.
because that's the thing. Like you go to like a Universal Studios and you're riding the Jurassic Park ride or whatever, and
Yeah.
you're on the ride and your ride's shaking and there's a giant dinosaur and stuff. It's a lot more immersive and
It's
just makes
really
the
fun.
experience better
Like
instead of just watching the movie. So.
yeah, is that one time when I went to there was Star Wars Land. It was like a Star Wars area, but I forgot it was in Universal Orlando or
Mhm.
Disney World. But they had like a little Star Wars ride, dude. It was like they put you. National. It was an Avatar ride.
Oh,
You
okay,
sit on
okay.
a you sit on a little motorcycle looking thing, and then
Mhm.
there's a huge screen in front of you. And what happens is in the movie, you're flying in the they're flying in the air. That's what you're doing in the ride. So what happens is the little thing you're sitting on is moving around as the screen is shifting directions and moving up and down and stuff. And you have water coming at you, and they spray water at your face for real. And
Yeah.
dude, it's so much fun, man. I enjoy getting
Mhm.
on rides, especially at roller coasters and stuff like that, dude. Dude, I love that thrill, just getting on
Oh
a
yeah,
roller
for sure.
coaster, the adrenaline rush, dude. At the end of the
I
ride, you're
love roller
shaking a
coasters.
little bit, man.
I
Dude,
love
yeah,
roller
it's
coasters.
so much fun, dude.
Yeah. The G forces. Whew. Craving those G's. But dude, that
Oh yeah, man.
what you're talking about, like the water being splashed on you or whatever, that reminds me of like a 4D movie theater. You know what I mean? Where
Dude,
you have
yeah,
the 3D headset on, and then like water is splashing on you, and there's a water scene.
yep,
It's super cool. Yeah. So yeah. So you're saying the future of gaming is more catered to virtual reality, is what you're saying. Is there
yeah.
anything like
It's
super far out you can think of, just like anything you're
um
dreaming about that could happen or
honestly, I really have no clue
no
because
clue?
honestly, it can go anyway. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because as we talk right now, virtual reality is still developing. It's not really there yet.
Yeah,
But
they're working out the kinks of it.
I would yeah, I would say augmented reality, I guess, or is so is an example is there's a little sphere you walk into, right? It has
Mm-hmm.
sensors on the walls, kind of like a mocap room, like a mocap ball or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
But you can put a headset on and it tracks your whole body, and then you guys can move do stuff and walk
You can like
around like
jump
you're staying on a
around and
treadmill or
just
something.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
just free
that's
of
why I
movement.
have a
That'd be
feeling it will be
cool.
like.
And then
Yeah,
and then you're like in an augmented reality where you're like jumping on buildings, being Spider-Man or something, just going across rooftop to rooftop. That'd be really cool.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That'd be super
yeah, yeah.
immersive. Yeah.
Stuff like that would be really awesome.
That's pretty far out.
But
Yeah.
I really think that's still kind of far out is crossplay on every game. I mean, that's pretty far out, but
Mhm.
that's what I hope
it's
that will happen to every game.
I mean, they're working out the kinks to it now. They got Rocket League and a whole bunch of other ones like Call of Duty and I think Fortnite.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of games now. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Destiny because that will really open up the potential of our clan that we play with.
Oh yeah. You meet new
Because
people, you know,
yeah,
meet some cool people.
if you listeners don't know, Destiny has different platforms that the game is played on. So we have PC, computer, and Xbox, PlayStation, Stadia. Those are all different consoles, and the different consoles can only play with each other right now. But when crossplay is enabled, all those different platforms will be able to play together no matter what your system you're on. And that's going to be really huge because the clan we have is founded on Xbox. So about half the clan's on Xbox. And then recently, I moved over to PC and started forming the clan on the PC side of things. So Eggroll here, he dusted off his Xbox after I met him, and he jumped on Xbox and helped people on Xbox do a raid, and that was really cool.
Yeah.
That was definitely something I did not expect to happen.
That's like that's like helping people, man. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Oh
people
yeah.
were struggling. I was there too. You know, I need help too. So I can feel what they're going through. Say, hey, I need to do this raid. I need to get my pinnacle gear so I can level up. It's like,
Yep.
dude, I know how that feels. So I'm gonna hop on there and help you out.
Yeah.
It's just all about helping people and having fun. You know.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't.
A lot of people, it's just we just help people. That's a thing of the game too. The Destiny really helps us. We just like helping people, and it gives us a
Yeah.
way to help people is through the game, and it's truly awesome just helping people get things in the game and then seeing them develop as a player, develop their skills and their arsenal and what they can
Watching them
bring.
grow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really a cool thing. Like Joey, he's in the clan, Salty Joey. I know you know him, and
I know him. Yeah.
he at first I was like, oh, he's just some little kid, but like we'll give him a shot, and then he really stepped it up. He really wanted to get these raids going and just do everything he
Yeah.
could to really prove that he was a good player, and he really is. He really stepped up, and now I saw him play Sea of Thieves, and he's really good at that. He's quick scoping people, just being a monster. He's really cool. So,
Oh, dude.
and Joey's now
Hey,
a real
man.
staple member of the clan. So it really is cool seeing people
Yeah.
come together and grow their skills. And yeah, so um, let's see. So okay, last question I got for you here, man. What would
All
you
right.
say to people who think that video games are a negative part of society?
I would say pick up control. Go online, pick up a controller, play with some of your friends, play with some of your coworkers at work maybe, and see how it play like a couple matches of like Call of Duty or Battlefield or something or any game that you like,
uh,
and you'll see it's not really that negative. I mean, they only
yeah.
say it's negative because the news media make it such a big deal, like
Mm-hmm.
school shootings, whoever's committed it always say that, oh, they played video games and this what the games that they played, they're violent video games, and
There's a lot
while
more to it than just that.
yeah, it's a lot deeper than that. It's more like mental illness. Are they stressed out? Were they attacked by someone?
There's
Like you
many
never know the full
factors.
story.
Yeah, we don't know, but you can't just blame it on video games. It's not an
Yeah,
outlook for you to place blame upon.
yeah. See, when I play Mario Brothers, man, why jump on a turtle? I don't have the urge to
Yeah,
go on to
you don't
jump
have
on
the
a turtle
urge to
in real
jump on a
life.
turtle. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like if I'm playing if I'm playing Phasmophobia, dude, I don't want to go out there and hunt real ghosts, dude. I just want to do
Yeah,
it in the
that'd be
game.
very scary. Yeah, and and
Yeah,
and and a similarity to that is we play a lot of first person shooters, and dude,
yeah,
I've never fired a gun in my life. Like I've played
yeah,
airsoft and paintball, but I've never
right.
actually shot a firearm. I don't have the
Hmm.
desire to do that. It's just
Yeah,
it's kind of ridiculous that people would
it's
make that
yeah, it's
claim.
yeah, there's much more to the context than meets the eye. It's much more deeper than that, and you have to do you have to actually look into it more to
Hmm.
understand it.
You
But
you can't really focus on the negatives.
right, it's like there's more things to focus on other than like the bad things about video
Mm-hmm.
games. That's the main thing too. Is that the media will show you mostly the negative things about video games more than the positive things. Every
Yeah.
once in a while, there's still something positive, but most of the time, it's really negative.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what game it was, but I remember there was some cancer patient who was he was like literally on his last
Oh, really?
was holding on. Yeah, and I think the developers of the game let him play it before he passed away, and he was like, "Dude, it's like the best game I ever played in my life." He was like, "Thanks for letting me have this before I go," and that
Oh.
really touched me,
Oh man.
and
Yeah.
but
Man, that really hits you, dude. That's a
yeah,
that's a heartfelt moment. So, but I mean, there's definitely positives. I mean, what you said about just picking up a controller and jumping into a game. Some people can't really do that. But if you
right,
think of video games as just, oh, it's a controller and there's like shooting and everything, it's not all that. Video games can be anything. It can be solitaire. It can be Sudoku. It can be your crossword puzzle. It can be just a
yeah,
card game with your friends. It's not simply just run around and blow up stuff. It's just a way for you to entertain yourself and have fun with your friends.
yeah.
So,
Like play some Monopoly or play some Uno or something, man. Just anything
oh,
that can
dude,
be fun.
we need to get the clan into some Uno. That'd be really fun.
No, dude, isn't there an Uno game on Steam actually?
There definitely is. We gotta try and get that.
Dude,
So,
that'd be awesome, dude.
okay, we gotta implement that.
Dude, it's
But
only $10, dude. That's
only
not bad.
$10. Yeah, that ain't bad. That's good. But all right, man. Yeah, appreciate you joining and doing this interview with me, man. You're a real good friend of
Yeah,
mine, and I hope that people look at this podcast and see how great of friends we are. Because, honestly, it's just a normal conversation we're having. This is just
yeah,
how we talk normally throughout the day. So
yeah. We're
it's
just
really
big chilling, dude. Yeah,
big chilling all day.
talking
So
about life and stuff.
yeah, dude. Well, I appreciate your time, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, bro. No
All right,
problem.
cool.